Designing a calisthenics program is both an art and a science. There are many variables you can manipulate, but similar results can be achieved with different structures. As there are separate videos covering training variables in detail, in this one I'll focus on 3 practical options to design a full body training routine. The first option is to perform full body sessions 2 to 3 times each week. This is great for beginners and those with limited time to allocate to training. With each session, include around 4 to 6 exercises and perform each exercise for 3 to 5 sets. With regards to intensity, keeping most of your training in the range of 5 to 12 reps for dynamic exercises or 10 to 20 seconds for statics will be great for building strength and muscle. Here's an example of a full body session for a beginner using this training split. The same approach to individual sessions can be used with the following program designs. The second option is an upper body lower body split, which is great for most intermediate athletes. This means each session you focus exclusively on upper or lower body training and alternate with each workout. As upper body sessions will involve a combination of pushing and pulling, you can group opposing exercises into supersets to make your workouts more time efficient. These are examples of upper and lower body sessions when using this split. One final approach is to use a push-pull leg split. This is great for advanced athletes as it allows for high volumes of upper body training. By separating pushing and pulling exercises, you can train the upper body on consecutive days while still giving muscle groups 48 hours to recover. This means you can train the upper body 4 to 6 times per week, compared with 3 in the previous splits. Here's an example of a pushing session for an athlete working on the handstand push-up and planche. This is an example of a pulling session with the front lever as the primary goal. Regardless of your program design, it's important you don't spread yourself too thin. While there are many calisthenic skills to pursue, I recommend focusing on 1 to 2 pushing skills and 1 to 2 pulling skills at a time. Include key exercises related to these and repeat the same sessions each week, overloading where possible. This will provide repeated exposure to these options, which is important for progress over time. Focusing on too many things at once or constantly chopping and changing will mean you won't gain strength as quickly. A good analogy is that this is like trying to learn multiple languages simultaneously or focusing on a new one every week. When structuring sessions, exercises should be prioritized in order of importance. This way, you'll perform better and gain more strength with the most important options, as you'll be less fatigued. Accessory work to address specific areas and weaknesses should be done toward the end of your sessions. For example, if you struggle with scapular protraction in the planche, you may include scapular push-ups to finish your pushing sessions. If you're training skill work such as hand balancing, this should be done prior to your strength training or in a separate session when you're fresh. Mobility work can be incorporated into warm-ups where relevant, and additional stretches can conclude your sessions. For best results, I recommend sticking to the same program for a period of 6 to 8 weeks. Test your performance before and after, and if you're continuing to make good progress, you can repeat the program for another block. Finally, as fatigue can accumulate, a deload week can help counter this and ensure sustained progress. This typically involves doing the same program, but with a reduced training volume. For example, on the final week of a training block, you could perform 2 sets per exercise, instead of the usual 3 to 4. Following the deload week, you'll be fresh to test your strength and start your next block. In summary, there are many ways to structure a training routine. For best results, program design should reflect a person's schedule, goals, and preferences.